Murder was the melody to a foul tune. Can the loud boom of a howl moon make the crowd move? Keep my heart more walled off than Kowloon. And this is just a song for the scoundrels. This bottle of alcohol kill my sobriety. I'm alone at death even though dead poets have a society. But swallowing that toxic made me vomit to the point that I will wake up in the coffin but bump that I need to vent. Cause everything is getting bad, B. People switch on me like trannies. My mind is uncanny. Nobody understands me. Going through it all, starting to hate my own family. Forgotten Junior can't be, cause this is life. I'm living right, but never was I living right. I'm living right, but never was I living right.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
All right. All right. All right.
Now, you know, the metaphors in that.
16, that was fucked up, man.
Let me ask you something. When you was the coding, you wasn't living right. What was your mindset of understanding your past and your present? Because that's what I got out of that. You know, so.
Well, yeah, just that line. I'm living right, but I'm not really living right. It's just, you know, knowing that I'm still alive and I'm still going through things, but I was at that point, and it ties into a line I said before that, talking about that bottle of alcohol came out sobriety. Because that was a line I came up with a long time ago, probably when I was like 12. Okay. But due to a personal experience, but it came back to coming to this song. It's not out yet, but it's gonna be on an upcoming project. Because all the themes that I was talking about, and it was just basically looking at almost like a not a good versus evil, but almost a reflection of, I guess, the personal demons that I'm trying to conquer. And the best thing about it was that pretty much all of them in the song that I'm talking about were still unconquered at the time that I wrote the song. So it was very, in the pit of me, very personal at that time. Because, I mean, a lot of times I write things retrospect, looking back on it, but if I'm writing in the midst of it, it's a little bit better. So, or I guess a little bit more organic. And so that was just looking at different experiences that I was having, the people around me, the things that I was doing, and saying, okay, you know, and being, you know, a God-fearing young man, you know, and a Christian, I knew, okay, there's things that I'm doing, I'm not living right, but I know I'm living right. And it was basically like, okay, I know I can't be perfect, you know, I know I'm doing bad things, but at least I'm trying, at least I'm still here, you know, and I know people are giving up, and so, you know.
So, let me ask you this, what is, you're saying you're a God-fearing man.
Yes, sir.
So how much does your faith finds its way into your lyrics and into what you're saying?
Probably more than anything. I mean, yeah, definitely more than anything. I mean, my last project, Nevermore, my first mixtape, you know, you see that entire balance, because it starts off where metaphorically I'm in hell, which is just the negatives in life and all the bad things. And then I go to heaven. Well, I don't go to heaven, I leave hell and comes back to the world. And in the world, I'm surrounded by all of these evils, whereas in hell it was much easier. So I return, because the devil, you know, he's calling me back. And so I return, and then I realize I can't do that. I got to handle the pains that come with the world. And that's just one instance of where my faith becomes a part of it. But I mean, I talk about it nonstop, whether I'm talking about, you know, my beliefs and the contrast of my beliefs to, you know, what's going on in the world or the people around me. And then even the doubts, you know, and the lack of faith that you have when you're looking around and you're at rock bottom and you're like, you know, where is God, or where is, you know, who's supposed to be helping me? I don't see that presence. So, I mean, just all of those are examples of different ways that I use, you know, my faith and my music. And I think it's appropriate because it's a part of my life, and I just like to put my life in my music. So.
Yo, I love it, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he knows a lot of big words.
Yeah, because I was gonna Google two of them, but I'm what we leave. But I know your mother. You know, you got a lot going on. I don't want to hold you, but I do before you go, and we take a break. Have you ever wrote anything that was dedicated to your mom?
Yeah. I wrote a couple things. I wrote something for her 50th birthday because it was a big extravaganza party that she threw for herself, and I wrote something really special for that. But I also actually wrote something that she doesn't know about that's going to be on not the very next project I do, but the project after that I'm masterminding. And it's very I think it might be not controversial, but it's definitely going to be something that people are going to take a double take at, because what I'm speaking on is very personal, and the thoughts and the emotions are very personal, and I mean, it shows the good that I get from her, and the bad that I push back, and it's very reflective of, like, you know, the fact that I'm just this, you know, as most of us are, rebellious teenager, going through this and going through that, and so it's I mean, she don't even know about it, but it's definitely a deepening thing that, and it was a part of a process that I had to go through because it was a time where I felt like we weren't at the best with our relationship as a mother and son. And, you know, it's just me and her inside the house, so I definitely felt like I had to go through my therapy, and I use my music as my therapy to get to a better side of that. So yeah, that's definitely coming. And I mean, like I said, I just talk about my life, so that's a part of it I'm going to talk about it. So, yeah.
Wow, I like how you say that. So how important is family or people in your life that support you? Because everybody got that support system, and you know, got them key people that keep you grounded, so you won't be too big. So I mean, what is that?
It's the most important, and I think even now, like right now, is the biggest I've ever been with my music. So I mean, you know, I've been performing more this year than I ever have music-wise, and I mean, you know, just preparing to, you know, knowing the things that I'm about to release, and so I'm starting to get this little local buzz, and it feels good. And I mean, I've always been a humble person, even from when I was an actor in my early childhood. So I know how to keep my head grounded. But it's the fact of the matter that you have to have support systems. You have to have people there that are going to help push you. And my mom does that more than anybody. But there are other people, you know, my sisters and you know, close friends, and you know, the person I consider my number one fan outside of my mother. And so I mean, people like that that keep me pushing and let me know that they truly believe that, you know, I'm going to